Today, we from Group 3 will be presenting about our Industrial Engineering Group project, which is improving ergonomics in the workplace and equipment for greater comfort and productivity in a coffee shop. Our team consists of 4 people. The first one is Dara Enric da Costa, the second one is Douglas Warren, and then the third one is Pravitaraj Singh, and then the last one is myself, Richard Leobanus. Okay, let me now share the introduction or the background of our case study. Geta Coffee is a small but busy cafe located in Pago, Johor, where baristas operate in a fast-paced environment, constantly preparing and serving drinks. During our site visit and interview with the staff, we identified several ergonomic issues at the barista workstations. Some key problems include equipment like espresso machine grinder and counters are all fixed at non-adjustable heights. Baristas are often in awkward postures, having to bend or reach repeatedly. They perform repetitive wrist movements and stands in one position for long periods, and the cramped layouts add to physical discomfort and reduces work efficiency. These conditions lead to negative outcomes such as a higher risk of musculoskeletal disorders or MSDs, fatigues and physical strain, and overall low productivity and employee discomfort. With that in mind, the objective of our project is to evaluate the current workstations and equipment setup, identifying the main ergonomic risks, propose practical improvements to layout and tools, and ultimately enhance safety, comfort, and workflow efficiency for the baristas. This sets the foundations for our ergonomic recommendations, which we will discuss next.
Hello, Dr. Shahi. My name is Dara Enric, and I'll be presenting to you about the methodology. So, the analysis method that we use to identify the ergonomic analysis for Geta Coffee is through interviewing the manager of the Geta Coffee, and also we use observation analysis to observe what are the risks that might be faced from the barista. So when we were at Geta Coffee, we observed that barista, while they were using manual coffee temper, they will always need to temp the coffee with a large amount of force, and this action that has been doing frequently, almost every day, could come out in a wrist injury, because this coffee temping, it requires repetitive motions and forceful tamping to compress the coffee ground evenly. So this method, it will increase the risk of barista elbow that could sprain their wrist, and also it will cause repetitive strain injuries, and also it will cause soreness on the shoulder as well, because it requires force on the full arm, especially when you are tamping the coffee by using one arm. And next, the second ergonomic analysis we observe is that the speed oven that was used in Geta Coffee. So Geta Coffee has a machine that is called speed oven, which is used to heat up food quickly. So it can maybe heat up a cold pastry in 30 seconds to make it warm, so that customer can get the pastry fast. However, there are some disadvantages when using the speed oven, because the speed oven is dangerous because it's the door handle to open the speed oven, it's significantly heavy compared to a normal oven or microwave. So the manager of the Geta Coffee also mentioned that this is really hard to open the door, and it must be opened carefully at all times to prevent any injury. So next, once the door is open, to insert the pastry or the food inside the speed oven, it needs to put the food on the tray and place the tray inside the speed oven. However, the manager of the Geta Coffee told us that one of their barista had burned their hand before this, because they didn't follow the proper SOP when using the speed oven. So they burned their hand when they opened the door, and they burned their hand at the door of the speed oven. So this is also another risk that we observed, and we got the data from the manager of Geta Coffee. And that's all from me. Thank you.
So I'll be presenting about the results part. So the ergonomic evaluation at Geta Coffee using the Rula method and staff interviews identified two primary concerns, which are coffee tamping ergonomic issues and also the speed oven handling concerns. So the first one I'll be talking about the coffee tamping ergonomic issues. So the manual tamping process was classified as high risk due to awkward wrist angles, repetitive motions, and forceful exertions. Baristas reported discomfort such as wrist fatigue and elbow strain, with signs of repetitive strain injuries. This also affected by consistency and quality of espresso shots due to the tamping pressure. Introduce and the proposed solution for this problem is we have introduced loaded or automated dampers to ensure uniform pressure and also reduce physical effort and also enhancing both the barista comfort and the drink quality. Moreover, this also reduces the stress and the reduces the wrist and elbow strain. The second one is the speed oven handling concern. So the current oven features a heavy door, as you can see in the picture, is made out of metal, and also it's positioned too high, forcing the baristas into awkward and unsafe postures. There were cases where the staff members sustained a burn injury due to improper usage and poor ergonomic design. Repeated lifting and reaching increased the risk of strain on the wrist, arms, and also the shoulders of the baristas. So for this problem, the proposed solution is we have decided to replace the oven with lighter, ergonomically designed model and reposition it to the waist level to reduce physical strain. Additionally, introduce proper ergonomic training and SOP visual reminders for safe operation.
Now moving on to the discussion section of our project. From our rule analysis and interview with Geta Coffee staff, we identified two major ergonomic problems affecting both employees' health and workflow efficiency. First, the issue is with manual coffee tamping. Baristas perform repeated forceful tamping movements that bend the wrist and apply downward pressure. This not only increases the risk of musculoskeletal injuries like burst elbow and RSI, but also causes fatigue, which leads to inconsistent espresso quality. Second, the speed oven was found to be a hazard. The oven is positioned too high, and the heavy door requires reaching up and applying force. This creates strain in the shoulders and wrist, and in one cases even led to a burn injury. To address these problems, we propose two solutions. The first one is the first one for tamping. We suggest switching to spring-loaded tampers or automatic tampers. These tools have standardized pressure, reduce wrist effort, and improve consistency, all while being affordable and easy to use. As for the speed oven, there are two options. The first one is to replace it with a lighter model featuring a side swing or push assist door, or more affordably, reposition the oven to a waist height around 90 to 100 cm based on Malaysian anthropometric data. This helps align the equipment with the barista's natural postures, reducing strain and preventing injuries. Overall, these changes are practical and impactful. They promote better posture, reduce fatigue, and improve both safety and efficiency in the cafe. With minimal investment, these ergonomic solutions can make a significant difference in a small-scale food service setting like Geta Coffee.
My name is Turkeshwaran and I'll present about conclusion for this project. This study highlights several ergonomic challenges faced by baristas at Geta Coffee Pub, such as prolonged standing, repetitive hand movements, awkward postures, and physical demanding tasks like manual coffee tamping and operating the speed hour. Observations, interviews with the cafe manager, and rapid upper limb assessment results confirm that the current workstation design contributes to physical strain and lower productivity. To address these issues, ergonomic interventions are proposed, including height adjustable workstations, calibrated automatic dampers, and replacing the current oven with a lighter waist height model. These improvements aim to reduce musculoskeletal strain, preventing workplace injuries and increasing overall efficiency. The additional of ergonomic training and reminders about the standard operating procedures SOPs would further support a safer working environment. By implementing these solutions, Geta Coffee can enhance worker comfort, reduce the risk of injury, and improve both operational flow and customer satisfaction. This project demonstrates the importance of ergonomics in creating safer and more productive workplace in the food and beverage industry. Finally, the mission to visit Yata Coffee and conduct an ergonomic analysis was successfully completed, providing valuable insight for workplace improvements. That's all from us. Thank you.